No one could have predicted that a peaceful morning in Svay Rieng would turn into a storm of chaos within just a few short minutes. And it all began with what seemed like an ordinary prisoner transport vehicle. Mornings in Svay Rieng province usually pass by with a slow, tranquil pace. But on November 18th, the familiar calm surrounding the provincial courthouse was abruptly shattered by a scene of chaos that many officers later described as the most dangerous incident in months. Before the disruption, Cambodia's judicial police were preparing to escort a group of defendants involved in a cross-border fraud case to their court hearing. These individuals were believed to be key links in a multi-layered criminal network operating along the border, particularly around the clusters of casinos scattered between Brazen and Svay Rieng. When the prisoner transport entered the courthouse yard, no one on duty suspected anything unusual. Everyone assumed it was just a routine procedure, until everything exploded. However, only seconds after the vehicle's door opened, everything changed. A woman wearing a hat and fully covering her face, later identified through surveillance footage, moved quickly toward the group of defendants. Although the moment happened in an instant, investigators confirmed that she handed a handgun to one of the defendants as he stepped out of the vehicle. The moment the gun changed hands, the situation escalated dramatically. The armed defendant immediately pointed the weapon at the security officers, firing at least 2 shots to create an opening. Witnesses said the gunshots rang out clearly. Unfortunately, the response from the Cambodian security personnel was described as extremely timid. 4 unarmed guards fled, with one tripping and crawling behind a vehicle to take cover. The psychological advantage shifted entirely to the escapees, while the guards were forced into a passive state. In the chaos, the accomplices seized the opportunity to help several detainees flee the scene. Cambodian media later confirmed that no one was injured. Police in the area returned fire and attempted to stop the fleeing prisoners, but they failed to prevent them from reaching 2 getaway cars waiting nearby. Cambodian corrections officers, police, and military units then launched an emergency manhunt. After hours of pursuit, they managed to recapture one individual, described as the group's leader, after his vehicle plunged into a field. 5 remaining prisoners and the female accomplice are still on the run. Since the incident broke out, Cambodian media have reported extensively on the complexity of the criminal network the fugitives were involved in. Numerous earlier reports from Cambodia and other Asian countries had highlighted the sprawling casino complexes in Svay Rieng and Brazen, home to online scam operations, forced labor, high-interest loan schemes, and the detention of debtors. In previous years, police forces from Asian nations such as South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Thailand, and even the United States had cooperated with Cambodian authorities to rescue victims and dismantle criminal groups operating along the border, underscoring how deeply intertwined these illicit activities have become. It can be said that the dramatic gun-enabled escape right outside the courthouse has raised serious questions about how powerful the network behind the defendants might be, and what hidden links may have supported their breakout. And is there any indication of a carefully planned operation aimed at exploiting a vulnerable moment in the security forces' routine? The fact that a woman was able to easily approach the prisoner escort area, hand over a firearm, and walk away shows that Cambodia's security and protection system in this incident was exceedingly lax. Before the event occurred, the trial was about to enter an important phase. The defendants were accused of participating in sophisticated cross-border fraud schemes, including allegations of recruiting people from various Asian countries, bringing them into Cambodia through different channels, and then forcing them to commit illegal acts. Those who refused were threatened in multiple ways, with some even being detained and abused. According to media reports, several previous raids conducted by law enforcement agencies from Asian countries in cooperation with Cambodia at scam compounds uncovered numerous rooms filled with equipment, documents, and signs of a tightly organized operational structure. In recent years, many Asian victims told reporters that they had been lured to Cambodia with promises of high salaries, only to be forced into online scam schemes targeting victims across the world. Some who managed to escape and return home describe these compounds as isolated zones with security checkpoints and constant surveillance. For this reason, the criminal network is considered one of the most complex security challenges along the border, affecting cooperation between multiple countries. Therefore, when the defendants were preparing to stand trial, the event was regarded as an important milestone in Cambodia's effort to combat cross-border crime. But the armed escape created immense pressure on the authorities. They now must prove that the incident was an unforeseen, extraordinary circumstance, while also determining whether anyone within the system helped facilitate the breakout. In a press conference afterward, Cambodian police representatives stated that they would reinforce security at key locations, particularly the courthouse and detention facilities. At the same time, a special investigation team was formed to track down those who provided assistance. All security camera footage from multiple angles around the courthouse was collected, analyzed, and shared with the pursuit units. Although the most dangerous member of the group was recaptured the same day, the incident still caused public shock in Cambodia and raised urgent concerns about the need to overhaul procedures for escorting and prosecuting suspects linked to cross-border crime networks. Residents in Svay Rieng told Khmer Times that they heard the gunshots from afar and were alarmed to learn that such an incident occurred in an area long regarded as safe. Elsewhere, international media outlets also paid close attention as many of the defendants were citizens of their own countries. Similar criminal networks in the past had inflicted severe harm on their nationals who were exploited in Cambodia. According to recent statistics, hundreds of victims have been rescued from scam compounds in Cambodia, illustrating the severity of this type of crime. The incident at the Svay Rieng courthouse was not merely an ordinary escape, but a display of the sheer boldness of organized criminal groups. They dared to orchestrate a rescue mission right at the courthouse entrance, surrounded by cameras, police officers, and witnesses. Such an attempt could only be made if the perpetrators believed they had a real chance to create a moment of chaos and had assistance from individuals on the outside. Many experts in Cambodia, quoted by local media, noted that this could be a sign that certain networks have shifted their tactics, adopting more aggressive measures due to increasing pressure from recent crackdowns by multiple countries. They argued that investigating the links between the defendants, the woman who handed over the gun, and other unidentified individuals would be crucial to understanding the danger posed by the group. In the days that followed, Cambodian police established numerous checkpoints on roads leading out of Svay Rieng. Military police units were also deployed to sweep areas near the borders to prevent the fugitives from escaping into Vietnam, Laos, or Thailand. Provincial authorities worked with neighboring regions to exchange information, forming a wide surveillance network to restrict the fugitives' movements. The case is expected to continue for a long time, as many details indicate that the incident was not spontaneous, but involved thorough preparation. From identifying the exact moment the prisoners would disembark, to recognizing camera blind spots, to choosing a woman to deliver the gun, all suggested deliberate planning. Analyzing every frame from the security cameras has become a central task for investigators, as even a small clue could reveal the entire plot behind the incident. The shooting at the Svay Rieng courthouse not only shocked the local community, but also marked a significant turning point in the fight against cross-border criminal syndicates in Cambodia and the Southeast Asian region. The incident exposes the boldness and determination of the forces behind these groups, while underscoring the urgent need to upgrade security systems, tighten cooperation among law enforcement agencies across multiple countries, and dismantle the criminal networks that have harmed countless victims over the years. Thank you for watching this story. If you found it meaningful, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video. And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for staying with Societal Stories.